Hey guys, so I asked you recently on my Instagram stories to ask me some questions, no holds barred, ask me anything you've ever wanted to know. I wanted to make this the most honest Q&A that I've ever done. I feel like we're long overdue for just a long chat and just some honesty. You know, it's been too long since not only did I upload a video, but since I was just sitting down and being honest. So let's do it. First question is, are you still sexually confused? This is a question that so many of you guys asked. I don't know why this was such a big question. There were like hundreds of people asking this. I made a video, I think back in like 2016, where I was talking about like, I don't know. I don't put a label on anything because I think I'm attracted to girls, but I wouldn't have, I don't know. The fact is, it's been a couple of years. Still haven't really given any thought about it, but what I do know is that I like men. I can't see myself getting in a relationship with a woman. I can't see myself being sexually attracted to a woman's body. I can definitely appreciate the female form, but the fact is, like, I'm straight. Like, there's nothing else to it. Like, I was definitely confused for a while, for a very long time, like 24, 25 years, but I think I'm at the point where I just, like, I know in my heart, like, I feel very strongly towards men, towards male genitalia, etc., blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I'm straight. Sorry if that's not what you wanted to hear. Why did you dye your hair again? Well, because I wanted to. There's really nothing else to it. I saw it on someone else, I thought it looked good, and I thought I'm overdue for a change. I haven't cut any of it. It's still really, really healthy. It's just black now. That's it. And I gave myself a fringe, some bangs, because it's been a really long time since I had them. Like, again, like 2 years, you know? Cut me some slack. Like, natural haired Emma lasted like nearly a year. That's pretty good going for me. When will we meet your new boyfriend? Again, another question that has been really, really popular because I mentioned in an Instagram caption that I'm in a relationship now. I'm really, really happy. But the fact is, I just want to keep this offline. He's not going to be in videos or anything like that. He's not really on social media. I didn't meet him through YouTube or anything like that. He likes me for who I am. I'm really, really happy. We've been together for a little bit now and everything's great. But I'm not going to be putting it online. I used to overshare everything, which is something that I'm sure I'm going to go into in this video later on. But I'm at this point now where I've realized I don't owe anybody every aspect of my personal life. I share so much already. I would like to have one thing that is just completely mine. And he is completely mine. I'm absolutely going to be selfish. He does exist though. I promise this isn't bullshit, but I'm really, really happy. For the first time in like 2.5, 3 years. Yeah, it's really, really good. But unfortunately for you guys, it's totally just my private life. Obviously, without saying who it is, are there any YouTubers who are just really fake? So fucking many. I think at this point, I've met most US and UK and European creators that have made a name for themselves. Except like the really, really new sort of American annoying lot. You know who I'm trying to talk about. But in terms of like the UK, I've met everyone. I've met everyone you can imagine. And there are some lovely people. There are some absolute gems. But a lot of them, absolute cunts. Next. Will you appear in YouTube Rewind 2018 if they offer to put your songs in the video? No. Because YouTube Rewind can go fuck itself. Do you feel like you've successfully transitioned from a YouTube comedy star to a proper artist in the industry? No. Being real about it, no, I don't. I still feel like people see me for the things that I've done in the past, which is fine, because I've done them, and that's how a lot of people found me. But I don't have negative feelings about it. It's just, the fact is people know me from YouTube, and my music hasn't convinced everyone that I'm more than that. So, you know, no, I don't, which sucks, but it is what it is, right? Who's your favorite YouTuber at the moment? There's a YouTuber called Rowena who I am absolutely obsessed with. I just binge watch her all of the time. She's so down to earth and it's really funny, and her videos are just so great on self-care. I will link her down in the description. Absolutely my favorite right now. Just great. Please go check her out. Do you ever think you'll write another book? I know you had issues the first time, but I really adore your writing style. No. No, I don't. Because, I mean, like, I feel like I said most of what I wanted to say in the first book. I don't believe I have the capability of writing a fiction book, nor would my heart really be in it. And just, no. Like, I had a pretty, like, it was an alright experience. Like, there were some ups and downs, but it wasn't enough for me to say, I want to write another one. Yeah. Are there going to be music videos for songs like Burn the Witch? Want some truth, T? Can't afford it. There you go. Because everyone's like, oh, please make a video for Third Eye, please make Third Eye a single, please do a video for Burn the Witch. I would fucking love to. I would love to. But music videos cost a lot of money, and I've already spent an unimaginable amount on this album. I threw away a mortgage for the album. So it sucks. It's hard, but I can't do it. I can't afford it. Are we going to have more demo on Dan's channel? I've had loads and loads of questions from you guys about Dan, Nerdcube, demo, everything. Me and Dan are still friends. We still talk on like Twitter, WhatsApp, everything. But our friendship is strictly just offline now because the comments that I used to get were just really shitty and really selfish. It was just always a case of, when you're going to make a video with Dan? Like, I still get it, even though we haven't made a video in 2 years. Loads of comments, like loads of questions I've been asked. It's just all about Dan, which just, it makes me feel like I'm not worth watching. People just watch me for when Dan's on my channel, etc. So I made that decision. It wasn't Dan at all. I made that decision. I said to him, I just can't do it anymore. He was completely understanding. Still friends. No more demo. Sorry. Has your online dramas ever affected business opportunities such as sponsorships? No, believe it or not. For all of the crap that I've ever said, for however outspoken I've been, for however many fights I've got in online, it's never cost me a sponsorship. I've never lost a brand deal because of attitude or how people perceive me. Never happened. So, good, I guess. Have you ever thought, fuck it, like just wipe everything and get a normal desk job every fucking day for the last like 3 years or so, I think? Because obviously when I first started YouTube, it was a hobby to escape from my real job. Then it became my real job, and then you want to escape your real job. So I don't know, I feel like as soon as the hype died down for me, I just thought I want to sort of, maybe I could just move on. And then every time there would be some sort of drama or my views would go down, like my brain would just go, wouldn't it be nice to just like escape to an island where no one knows you and you just live off the land? You just like shake coconuts out of trees and just like Castaway. Yeah, I still dream of that sometimes, but the reality is, like, I wouldn't actually give up what I have. I'm so lucky to do what I do. But there are times that absolutely, when something bad happens, I'm just like, right, that's it. I want to just move to a village full of old people with no internet. Like, I don't know if anyone's noticed this. I'm quite dramatic as a person. No, it's, I wouldn't change what I do. This is a really good one. Do you miss being vegetarian/vegan? I had a lot of people ask me this because a lot of you know that from the years of like, I think 2015 to 2016 or something like that, or mid 14, I don't know, I was vegan. The truth of the matter is, I'm not vegan anymore. I haven't been for a very long time. I was vegan because my then boyfriend was vegan. We lived together. It's not very nice feeling judged for eating meat whilst living with someone who doesn't eat meat. And I was doing a lot of the cooking, all of the cooking. And it was just easier for me to just eat what he ate. And it made me very sick. Admittedly, I wasn't doing it right. I think I've mentioned this in a video before. Like, I wasn't thinking about amino acid profiles or vitamins or anything like that. I was just sort of eating vegan junk food. It made me very sick. My skin went grey. And I just was not healthy doing it. And I have some very negative connotations with a vegan diet, very negative experiences. And therefore, I have chosen to not be vegan. Give me shit for it. Go right ahead. You got the little circle with the V in it in your username. Go on, say what you will. But I'm not vegan and I'm not vegetarian. Sorry. Do you see YouTube as a platform that a new creator can turn into a full-time job anymore? Absolutely fucking not. Unless you're a drama channel that talks about beauty gurus. I watch them a lot. T-Spill is one of my favorites, and Sebastian. But that's not the point. Unless you're like a drama channel exposing popular YouTubers, forget about it. That's really sad, but that's the truth, in my opinion anyway. Have you ever been pregnant? If not, do you ever plan to have children? I have never been pregnant. Don't know why I'm saying that like everyone should be surprised. But nope, I've always been real good with birth control. Closest I got, I think, was taking the morning after pill when I was like 18, 19. You go into a pharmacy, they give you this really patronizing lecture, and it puts you off ever being stupid ever again. But no, I'm responsible, and also up until quite recently, I was rather sexless. So nope, knit baby. Like, not at all. Do you ever plan to have children though? Not biologically. I want to adopt. That's something that I've definitely thought about over the last like 10 years of my life. I just feel like there are so many children in the world who need loving, supporting parents already that I personally, this is my experience, everyone's going to get offended at this. I don't think adding more children to the world biologically helps that situation. Of course, it's a biological urge, right? We want to pass on our DNA, get it? But for me, I think I would rather take on a child that's been through enough and really needs love and support, you know? So, but that's a long way off anyway, I think. Who knows? Who knows? Does it bother you that some people will just always like your old music more? There's no point being bothered. Like, being bothered about it is a choice. It's a conscious decision. And I choose to no longer be bothered by it. It can definitely irk you a little bit if you just release an entire album that you spent like... I'm not going to give you the figure, Jesus fucking Christ. If you've spent a lot of money on it and then people turn to you and say like, oh, you know, are you going to play The Promise? And it's kind of like a... But then... you get over it. Like I said, being offended by that is a choice. The fact is, people have different tastes. I don't like every new album that's come out by my favourite bands. I don't like Trench by 21 Pilots. Kill me, sue me. I love 21 Pilots, didn't like Trench. That's just how it is. Doesn't mean it's bad. Just means that that's my preference. And I'd be very upset if they were offended at me for that choice. So, you know. I choose to just think it is what it is. And I'm grateful for anyone who listens to any of my music. It's all I ever wanted. So, all good. What was your first time like? Interesting. I was 15 years old. He was a Canadian exchange student. He was in the year above me at school. And it was painful and wasn't fun at all. Blood and pain. And when it was done, it was kind of like, oh, like, guess that's it now. You know, you have so much hype around it, like, oh my God, like, I'm gonna lose my virginity, like, oh my God, this is the first time. But then when it's done, it's just like, oh, it's just done now. It's really underwhelming, you know. Kind of wish I'd waited, you know. I wish, there's no point dwelling on it or regretting it, but like, if I could go back, I wouldn't have lost my virginity to him. Like, I would have waited until the next boyfriend I had, we were together like nearly a year. I would have, you know, it would have been a better experience with that person. But it is what it is. Why do you never make videos anymore? Well, look what I'm doing right now. What is something you wish people knew or understood about you? Just that I don't ever do things to make people unhappy. Every decision that I make towards myself or towards others only has good or neutral intentions. I don't ever do anything to be malicious. Maybe I used to. I used to be a shady motherfucker, but I genuinely don't. I don't have the time or the energy or the will to be a conscious asshole anymore. I do things because I think they are the best decision I could make in that situation. Will you ever make another Lush video? Maybe, maybe not. The truth is I don't buy Lush products as much anymore at all. You know, I used to like go to all of the launches. I used to buy the entire like Valentine's range, Easter range, Halloween range, Christmas range, everything the day it came out. And I always used to make a video to be the first person to do a complete haul. I was that obsessed. It was draining thousands of pounds of my own money. I was never like given like a whole collection for free or anything like that. I always paid my own way. But the truth is, Lush has changed a lot over the last couple of years. They've made some decisions that I don't personally agree with. They discontinued a lot of massive fan favorite products, replaced them with shit like jelly bombs that people don't want. The prices have gone up. I don't agree with a lot of their like controversial marketing stuff they do. Just personal opinion, I think that the quality of their products has gone down, the prices have gone up, and I'm just not massively in love with the company anymore. I still do buy my favourite products like Let the Good Times Roll or the Full of Grace serum and some shower gels, but you know, I don't have a desire to do like complete videos anymore. How often do you masturbate? Not much anymore. I have a boyfriend now. I get laid now. What the fuck? Who's your favourite Brooklyn Nine-Nine character? Sorry, that's such a weak question. It's not. I recently got into Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's now one of my favourite shows of all time, and Rosa Diaz is my hero, so that answered that question. I love all of the characters. It's so well written. The fact that it's not like a stupid bumbling cop as a protagonist. The fact that you have people of colour, LGBT representation. Like, it's just such a good show. Not to mention it's funny as fuck. I wish I hadn't waited so long to watch it. But it's so good. So good. Rosa is my favourite. Obviously. Do you regret or have you regretted being as outspoken as you used to be? Yeah, there have definitely been some times where I felt like I wish I'd just shut up. But it's what made me who I am today, and it is what it is. And like I said, it's the same as like being offended is a choice, like regretting something is a choice, and I choose to see it as whether or not I agree with some of the things that I used to do or say. Like, I wouldn't be here had I not done those things. So, you know, no, like, that's who I was and this is who I am now. Right, okay, let's do this one. Do you have BPD? This is a question that I have avoided for a very long time. I've never answered it directly, and I'll explain why in a minute. Yes, I have borderline personality disorder. I was diagnosed with it a couple of years ago, and I believe that I have suffered from it since my early teens. But I'm never going to make a video talking about it. I refuse to be a spokesperson like people want me to be on borderline personality disorder. I'm not some great big fucking champion of it. It's such a personal thing. I'm not going to get like really defensive, because if I didn't want to answer this question, I could just skip it or edit this out, right? But the fact is, I've alluded to it in the past, and it's now got to the point where people are accusing me of being deliberately vague or making it up, as if like saying, oh, I hope she was actually diagnosed with it and isn't just like saying it. I'd never fucking do that. I genuinely would not fuck with legitimate mental health personality disorders. I wouldn't do it. It's not nice. It's not a nice thing to have. There are a lot of things that people don't see online. Like, for instance, my ridiculously irrational anger that I get sometimes, these massive outbursts that people don't see. Waves of like really fucking awful crippling depression that people don't really see. So I don't really upload much anymore anyway, but reckless impulsive decisions, like changing channels or looks, or, you know, just personality wise, sense of abandonment, right? Like, all of these things. I went to a professional, I got the diagnosis, and I'm still working through it. Fact, like that's it. And I'm never gonna make a video talking about it, because the last thing I want is people watching the video and discovering or feeling as though they have the same thing. It can be fucking devastating to find that out, and I don't want to be, I just don't want that on my shoulders. And if you're watching this right now and you suffer from mental health problems, or if you have a personality disorder, you don't owe anybody shit. No matter how much you put of yourself online, you don't owe anybody an explanation into your mental health and your personal issues. This is such a personal thing that I live with every day that, you know, yes, it is maybe quite odd that like I don't talk about it if it's such a big part of my life, but it is so personal, and it is such a struggle at times. I don't want to put it out there. So yes, I have it. I was diagnosed professionally with it, and I don't want to elaborate on it any further than I just have. Simple as that. I hope I hope you can understand that, and I hope that we can now go, oh, okay, right, got it. Okay, done. Aren't you afraid that your channel will die and you won't be able to earn a living? Like, if it happens, it happens. You know, like, I don't get income, like the majority of my income does not come from my views anymore. It does come from sponsorships. Will they die out one day? I don't know, maybe. I'm just gonna cross that bridge when it comes to it. Like, if it happens, it happens. If it's a case of me needing to take a step back and work behind the scenes on social media or find a job, so be it. That's it. You know, simple as that. I would love to do what I do forever. Like, I'm very happy doing what I do, making music, making YouTube videos, but we'll just have to see. Simple as that. There's no point worrying about stuff, because that'll just make things worse. Have you ever smoked weed? Yes, I have. Twice, I believe. Once was in Amsterdam, and it was the worst experience of my entire life. And once after a YouTube event with my friend, which was a better experience. But overall, I hate the feeling of being high on weed. It's awful for me as someone that has anxiety. Time slows the fuck down. I overthink everything. I just feel generally horrible. I'd never want to touch weed again. I could tell you the whole story about Amsterdam, but it was fucking bad. Really bad. It was like 2 years ago, I think now, but it was no. One of the worst nights of my entire life. I hugged a bush. Do you still want new boobs? All right. We've already had one tea spill, one truth spill about my personal life today with the youll, haven't we? So let's go for another one, shall we? Fuck it, I just don't care anymore. I've had a boob job. I had a boob job late August last year, 2 weeks before my book tour, which was pretty risky really when you think about it. It was exactly 14 days before my book tour started. I don't regret it whatsoever. I feel so much more confident with my figure. I kept it personal and private to myself because it's my body, and I knew the second that I mentioned it, it was going to become public domain. Everyone was going to have an opinion about it. Everyone was going to talk about it. I went from a 32B to I think I'm a 34D now, or 32D. I think it's 34D. I feel really good about myself. Maybe I will make a video about that. I don't really care about people talking about it anymore. Maybe I'll make a video talking about it. But yeah, no regrets whatsoever. I'm so glad I did it. Have you ever dated 2 guys at the same time? I have never, ever cheated on any boyfriend I've ever had. I think cheating is gross, and I have just never done it. It happens, I guess. I don't want to enable it, but like, you know, I don't believe I've ever been cheated on. I mean, I had a boyfriend like kiss someone else while I was with them, but like, I don't know, it's a weird one, but I have never cheated and I never plan to. Like, when I'm in love with someone, or when I care about someone, or just when I'm with someone, like, I respect them enough to not fuck anyone else or date anyone else. And if I ever have the desire to be with someone else more than the person I'm with, then I would break up with the person that I'm with, because that's not fair on them, you know. So I will always be a monogamous, faithful person. Like a swan. Are they the ones that mate for life? Those ones. I am a swan. Look at me. Such a gracious swan. Anyway, that's it. I hope that this has been enjoyable. I hope you've learned some things about me that you wanted to know. Maybe you've learned some things you didn't want to know. But I feel like we were long overdue for it. So thank you so much for watching. My next video, I think, is going to be a spawn, but I am really, really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be really cool, and I hope you enjoy it too. Please give it a watch when it comes out, please. And I will see you very soon. Well, I'm not going to lie to you. Don't know when I'm going to see you, but hopefully see you in the future. Okay, cool. Have a good evening. Bye.